Marcus Jordan, are you guys in love?
I think so.
There's a possibility of a marriage happening between you and Larsa.
We're looking for a location.
Why would you date Michael Jordan's son, knowing that Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan didn't have this relationship people thought?
I can't basically explain how someone else feels.
You know, my family loves her. They think she's great.
Hey, Mr. Jordan, what do you think about Marcus and Larsa Pippen together? You approve of it?
No.
Larsa Pippen has made a reputation for herself in Hollywood, from trying to have plastic surgeries to look like friend Kim Kardashian, to seen dating her ex-husband's lifelong feud's son. Larsa has a knack for stirring up the pot and grabbing attention for all the wrong reasons, so let's get into it. Larsa Pippen has been a troublemaker in the reality television industry for quite some time. She started off with her husband Scottie and ended up with Michael Jordan's son, and along the way, she's been problematic. Larsa earned her spot on The Real Housewives of Miami back in 2011 because she's the wife to NBA star Scottie Pippen, and they have 4 children together. But if you guys remember The Real Housewives, that season flopped, and they ended up canceling it. Until 2021, they brought the show back and they checked in with Larsa, and she was newly single. Larsa filed for divorce from Scottie for the second time in 2018 and was finalized in December 2021. Since then, we've seen Larsa all over the party scene. I mean, we've even seen her with Tristan Thompson, who is Khloe Kardashian's baby daddy. But she was quoted saying that, "I feel like I'm kind of mentally in the place of, like, I was married to a really famous guy that was really cute, had a great body, and was successful. So where the hell are you gonna find a guy like that? It doesn't have to be all of those things, but like a few of those boxes." And that's nice that Larsa is coming to terms with what dating is like. I mean, she met her husband back when she was 23 years old, and they were together for over 20 years. But they did have some bumps throughout their marriage, so the divorce wasn't that surprising. Like in 2016, they filed for divorce, but later made up. One source told People magazine that they are working on their relationship. I think they were always trying to find common ground. For a while, they didn't see eye to eye, but they've been married for 20 years and they have 4 kids. When you guys see some unhappy couples, a lot of the times kids are keeping them married, which is unfortunate because you want the kid to be happy, but if the parents are miserable, no one's gonna be happy. So they ended up actually filing for divorce in 2021, and their separation was for good.
We were together, we had such a great run. We were together for 21 years.
Yeah.
So no, I feel like it was perfect.
And what is the status of your relationship with Scottie?
We're best friends.
Yeah.
We co-parent the same.
And
we
you are
love each
officially
other.
divorced?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, Larsa has received some backlash because she's allegedly had plastic surgery to look like Kim Kardashian. And you must admit that she does look good, but it's kind of a sad place to be when you're trying to essentially mimic your best friend and look like her, because it does seem like she's taken some things too far. Either way, she's living in Miami, which a lot of people, after living there, I mean, a lot of people are constantly having work done, which we don't judge that, but you know, it's just kind of a cultural thing living there. And she says now that she's single, she feels better than she ever has. Larsa is now dating Marcus Jordan, the son of basketball legend Michael Jordan, who played with Scottie, her ex-husband, on the Bulls for years. Larsa isn't shy with anything that she does, and these two were first seen out and about in September 2022, but in October 2022, they clarified that they've just been friends.
And I also am spotting, is this your new love interest in the room over there?
No, I don't know. I'm here just with my publicist and my friends.
Oh, because you're dating, right? Or
Yeah.
haven't you found someone?
I mean, I'm dating, yeah.
There's not a single person that's...
I mean, I'm just dating. You know, it takes a minute to find the right person, I think.
Okay, so you're still looking?
Yeah, I feel like I'm just single and, you know, just dating.
Okay, you're having fun.
Yeah.
You're having fun.
So at first she was acting a little bit shy talking about this, maybe because she's worried about what Michael's gonna say about his son dating someone who's 17 years older than he is. But that didn't stop them, because that same year he actually accompanied her at the Real Housewives of Miami season 5 premiere party. So a bunch of pictures were taken and essentially they were public.
Marcus Jordan. The dating rumors started in September. At the time, you said you guys were just friends, and then it was revealed when you said on Valentine's Day that he was your forever Valentine. Are you guys in love?
I think so. We're in a really good place.
Yeah. How do you describe it?
I feel like a lot of people think that we've known each other our whole lives, which we have not.
Well, he's 16 years younger, so that's not possible.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I feel like we literally just met at a party 4 years ago.
Oh, really?
And we were just friends.
Did you know who he was at the time?
Well, yeah, we have a lot of mutual friends. And so we're kind of in the same circle. So we've been around each other for like the last 4 years.
So you were at a party, and did someone introduce you? How did you connect?
Yeah, we were at a party, and they were like, oh, you know Marcus Jordan. I was like, oh, hey. And so we became friends. We both kind of grew up from, we're both from Chicago. Yeah. So I feel like we have a lot in common, like a lot of common ground, like.
Even with the age difference, and I don't say that, I don't want to say it flippantly, because age difference, men get, able to date people 30 years younger in some cases without judgment. He's 16 years younger. Other than the Bulls, like, what do you have in common?
We have everything in common.
Really?
Well, I've dated guys that were a lot older than me. Scottie is 10 years older than me.
Scottie's 10 years older than
Yeah,
me.
so I don't really view age as, you're mature, you're not immature. I don't feel like that determines if you're mature or not. Well, I feel like if you can drink at 21, you can go to war at 18. Like, there's different circumstances that I feel like age doesn't really determine your level of maturity.
Maybe Larsa and Marcus are a perfect fit, but at the same time, there's some tension here because Michael and her ex, Scottie, have a long-time feud. And this goes pretty deep, so Scottie can't be happy about the situation because he wasn't even happy when Michael Jordan made a documentary and portrayed him in some kind of way.
Why would you date Michael Jordan's son knowing that it's been pretty clear that Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan didn't have this relationship people thought, and certainly don't have it now? Scottie has come out publicly and said that this documentary that was produced by Michael Jordan made him, he says, I was nothing more than a prop, his best teammate of all time. He called me. He couldn't have been more condescending if he tried.
I can't basically explain how someone else feels. That's how Scottie feels. He has a right to the way he feels. Yeah. I personally don't really care about what, other people, how he, I feel like I live my truth. I'm happy. I feel like we get along. He's my best friend. And so
Marcus is your best friend.
Yeah, I feel like we have a lot in common.
But as I was saying, you could date anybody in the world. Why date Michael Jordan's son?
I didn't plan it like that. It wasn't like it was planned like that. I think we were just together a lot with our friends, and it just so happened. It wasn't like something I planned. You got to remember, I feel like for me being, married to someone that was an athlete or whatever, it's really hard. You get scrutinized a lot. People don't think you should have a life once you get divorced. They think once you're divorced, you're done. And I feel like I've overcome so many different obstacles because I feel like I should have love. I should be able to date who I want.
So because there is this feud, Michael clearly has thoughts about his son's, Marcus's, actions. It makes sense that Michael wouldn't be supportive. Their relationship puts him in an incredibly compromising position. After The Last Dance aired on Netflix, MJ and his former friend, teammate Scott Pippen had a major falling out. So it's probably not ideal that his new daughter-in-law is his ex-best friend's ex-wife. Quote, again, she was around. I don't care what man you are, when you're dating someone, even if you don't want them anymore, you don't want to see them in your face with someone else you're tight with. You don't want to see that. It's too close to home. There are certain lines you don't cross. But lines weren't just crossed, they were trampled over because Larsa is over here seen with an engagement ring with her man Marcus Jordan. Larsa and Marcus continued to hint at wedding bells as they stepped out for dinner on Thursday. They were actually seen at Catch in West Hollywood, which is very close to me and somewhere that they dress coded me at last time, so I couldn't get in. I had a tank top on, which I didn't think was inappropriate. There are girls wearing strapless dresses. Why can't? It was a nice tank top too. I wasn't wearing a wife beater, but anyways, they were seen there and we spotted a potential engagement ring.
Hey Marcus, hey Larsa, how's your guys' dinner?
Good.
Hey Marcus, I have a people's question, man. What's the possibility of a marriage happening between you and Larsa?
We're looking for a location.
Looking for a location?
We're looking for a location.
Do you guys have a date?
It's in the works.
In the works? In the works?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Larsa, did you get the wedding dress yet?
Right, bye, babe.
Now, I really don't like age shaming a relationship, especially if it's someone who's a grown adult. There are so many situations in Hollywood where minors are taken advantage of that if they are 32 years old and they want to be with someone older, then that's not a problem. So people trying to write her off as a cougar is gross. Even my boyfriend, he's 10 years older than I am, and I just don't age doesn't really matter when you're old enough. Yet people on Twitter are really upset. This person tweeted, "This is outrageous." Someone writes, "Not the Jordan/Pippen reunion that I expected." Another person tweeted, "Another MJ who needed Pippen to get a ring. Guess it runs in the family." A lot of the comments under news articles are disparaging and implying that she's only in this for money, which completely ignores the wealth that she's been able to acquire through herself through her popularity on Real Housewives of Miami. This person writes, "It won't last. She's trying to secure her future. That Scottie money will dry up soon. Her kids are aging out of child support. She'll crank out a baby with this guy so she can get a piece of Michael Jordan's money and another 18 years of support." Quote, "Seriously, this has to be cringy and embarrassing for both families. Dude, she's being held together with Botox, rubber bands, and paper clips. She's gonna look a full 60 years older in 10 years when you could be dating 20s and 30-year-olds whom you can start a family with." Which I think that's kind of judgmental. I mean, who cares if she's having plastic surgery or not? They're trying to age shame her, which she's like, what, 50 years old? That's really not that old. So obviously Michael Jordan doesn't want anything to do with this mess. And it doesn't look like he's even hanging out with Larsa and Marcus at all. I mean, who even knows if he's keeping up with Marcus? It looks like Michael Jordan's take is a lot different than what Larsa said on the Tamra Hall show. She says that they've spent holidays together and that it's good and that they're all in a great place. But in another interview, she clarified that she has not in fact hung out with Michael Jordan, but only Marcus's mother. And of course, the Jordan family is very skeptical over the Real Housewives situation because every relationship on there seems to fall apart, at least from what I've watched. So they are skeptical of seeing Larsa talk about her relationship with Marcus on the show.
Marcus, the last time I was here, you were hiding in a room back there. So what's it like to be out in the world talking about things now?
It's definitely a little different now. I think we were both just being cautious early on just because there was so much chatter about our relationship. But now, you know, we're in the public about it and it's way more easier. We spent some time together during the holidays. She came and visited some of my family. I visited some of her family. So I think that's kind of what, once we realized our families were okay with it, then I feel like that was easier for us.
Have you now officially met the Jordans, and what's the review from your side of the family?
Yeah, we spent Thanksgiving together last year, and you know, my family loves her. They think she's great, and ultimately, I think my family just wants to see me happy, and so as long as I'm happy, they're happy with, you know, whoever I'm dating.
I feel like it's been fun. It's been a fun journey for us.
For
Did
sure.
they have anything to say when this was first starting to get reported? Like, hey, what's going on? What do we need to be prepped for?
I feel like everyone texted you.
Everybody
like,
had an
what's going
opinion
on?
at first. I think there was some shock and interest early on, but I think that was the whole point of us trying to spend some family time together during the holidays was, at least for me, if we're going to be in the media, you know, I kind of need to introduce you to my mom and my mom's side and my dad's side, et cetera. And so I think that went well, and so far so good.
All right, so we've got the Michael Jordan stamp of approval.
So they're definitely not hiding now. And at some point, he was popping up behind the scenes when Larsa was working. And it was clear that they were headed towards this type of relationship. Like, they were pretty serious, but they didn't know how to approach it publicly, which I do think is respectful because, you know, there are feelings involved here. So it's nice they didn't necessarily shove it down everyone's faces. But of course, it gives her a storyline to talk about this and how Scottie, her ex, feels and how Michael Jordan might feel as well.
Your friend Marcus Jordan is in the audience tonight. Great to see you, Marcus. I mean, Larsa, your friendship has generated so many questions. What does Scottie think about your friendship?
I don't know.
You don't know? He's never mentioned it to you, and you've never mentioned it to him?
No.
The kids have never said this is bugging Daddy?
No.
No. You recognize why people are like, oh my God, this is wild.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
I'm sure that Marcus Jordan's family is concerned about Larsa on television because the way that she spoke about her ex-husband was nasty. I mean, she would speak about their intimate life and talk about how she would go and hook up with him for, you know, 4 times a night for multiple years, and how, I guess, just talking about her intimate life, which I think is okay. I mean, we don't like to shame over here, but I can also see where Marcus's family is worried about their mess being dragged into it.
I was married for 23 years. I've always had like 4 times a night. So 3 times a week is nothing. 4 times a night, every night. I never had a day off for 23 years.
Marcus has big shoes to fill.
He wears the size 15 shoes. I think he's okay.
Oh.
Because Larsa acts like a hot mess out here, a lot of people go after her. And some people were concerned that maybe she knew Marcus Jordan as a child and had groomed him. Because keep in mind, at one point, Scottie and Michael Jordan were friends and they were close to each other, and Larsa was around. So of course she was around his son. Keep in mind, at the beginning of their relationship, Larsa was using a fake name for Marcus in her phone and when they would go out. Furthermore, they talked about the notion that maybe Larsa somehow groomed Marcus, saying that she even used to babysit him at some point. But these are not true.
I feel like people think that I feel like they've called me your auntie. And I'm like, hello, what are you talking about?
Obviously, we didn't know each other. Our families weren't so intertwined as people would think.
Obviously, Marcus Jordan doesn't like these claims. He notes that it's taken a lot of restraint not to say anything on social media. Larsa has never met Marcus as a child, so they were able to clap back at that rumor on her podcast. Regardless of these comments, there are a lot of people who look down on this relationship. With Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan's feuds being implicated here, this will continue to be a relationship that gets put under a microscope.
But I feel like a lot of people thought that we knew each other our whole lives.
Yeah, that definitely was a common
like I threw your 5th birthday or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just I'm no, by the way, I never met you before.
Yeah, I think, that's one of the things that I've had to try to restrain myself from commenting to on social media, just because it's the most common thing people say is oh, you used to babysit me, or we knew each other when I was real young, or whatever.
By the way, you're not that much younger than me, just so you know.
I know. Trust me, I know.
No, just kidding.
While these two are in the press and trying to build their reputation as a couple, Michael Jordan is not having it. TMZ reports, hell no, I don't approve of my son dating Larsa Pippen. Marcus opened up about his family's response when they learned about he and Larsa together. I just think there was some shock value in the fact that we were dating, caught maybe some people on my side of the family off guard a little bit. TMZ asked Michael Jordan if he approved of their relationship, and he laughed and said no. Larsa said that she was embarrassed and traumatized by the comment, but Marcus assured that his father was joking. He claims that it's just in their DNA to be competitive, and this probably adds a new weight to his feud with Scottie.
Hey, Mr. Jordan, what do you think about Marcus and Larsa Pippen together? You approve of it?
No.
You don't approve? Do you think he's going to ask her to marry him?
Marcus claims that his father is going to talk crap about their relationship no matter what because of the baggage, but I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. This sounds really messy. I don't know how they do it, but leave your thoughts in the comments and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.